Everyone, Zeddy here again with another card review. Before we get into the card review, which contains what I think is like, I don't know, it's gotta be one of the most busted neutral legendaries ever. Plus, why are we getting more questline hunter support? Like, I want to go Blizzard. I really do. I might go Blizzard. We'll see. I want a quick shout out reminder. I'm doing a giveaway of one mega bundle, which is like $100, and 2 regular pre-orders out of my pocket. All you got to do is find, or this will be linked in the description below. Like this video, comment to it, subscribe to the channel, and if we hit 44,000 subscribers by April 5th, I'm going to add another $100 mega bundle to the giveaway, and it looks like we're probably going to get there, and I'm probably going to be a lot more broke. Just keep hitting that button. You guys have been ridiculous. Anyways, let's get into the cards. We got 3 to go over, and well, 2 of them are ridiculous, and well, the other one's Trenchstalker. Trenchstalker, a new, it's really cool. This card's really cool, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's a 9 mana, 8/9 warrior beast with battle cry, attack 3 random, or 3 different random enemies. And note that it doesn't just say minions, this can go face. So if the board is empty, this is basically a King Crush. It'll just smack the face, but just the once, because it's 3 different enemies, so it can't hit the same thing more than once. So it can be King Crush with upside with 1 extra health, and it's an epic, or it can hit a poisonous minion and immediately die. You could also, with Warrior, there's a lot more hand buff options, especially like conditioning can buff this up. You can make it even thicker. I'm curious to see how Mark is going to OTK with this, because I feel like there's something there. Yeah, you could go, is Don Honcho, is that a warrior card? I can't remember the hand buff stuff in the Grimy Goons. I feel like Don Honcho was warrior. You could like Don Honcho, Trenchstalker, do some silly stuff in Wild, but overall a 9 mana card that you cannot reliably pick a target for in 2022 Hearthstone. Probably not good enough, but it's a really cool card, really cool animation. But I will say, my OCD was triggered. There's 3 heads, but 8 attack. What kind of math is that? How is this not a 9/9? How is this not, like, it's like they wanted to do a first ever 8/9, which Gowan basically alluded to on Twitter, that they wanted to do their first ever 8/9, because this is the first ever 8/9 minion in Hearthstone history, but it's 3 heads. But I guess this one's mouth is closed. That's what one of the devs said. This one's mouth closed has a -1 attack, so we'll go with that. But overall, yeah, really cool card, really will look very nice, but I'm not sold to this as a playable ladder card at 9 mana, unless there's some way to cheat out a beast. Really good arena card, as we love to say, really good arena card. But for ladder and in standard, I'm going to give it a 2. In Wild, I'm going to give it a 1, because I mean, that just, even a big warrior, this is pretty ridiculously slow, but at least the flavor is cool. At least it looks like a really nice card. This card has me upset, as always. As always, Zeddy is upset. We have Barbed Nets. This is a hunter spell. Deal 2 damage to an enemy, so this can go anywhere. It's an arcane shot, but there's upside on top of it. It doesn't have a spell school, I'll give it that. If you played a Naga while holding this, choose a second target. So yeah, this, you can hit another minion. That's about it, right? Like it has to be a second target. It's something different. So this is 1 mana deal 4. If you're holding a Naga, this might indicate that arcane shot might be rotating out of the core set. It would feel kind of weird if this was in it, like Barbed Nets was in it and Arcane Shot was in it. Like, why would you have 2 different 1 mana deal 2 damage? So I think Arcane Shot's probably gonna be Wild only after the core set's revealed. Although it could stay. It could stay. We could have both. But yeah, it's more questline hunter support, more face hunter support. I don't, like, they have said they want more board-based battles. They want to not have so many OTKs, but we keep seeing, like, Hunter, it's just getting non-stop spell support, which is Defend the Dwarven District support, which is exactly that style of deck, which is not particularly a fun and engaging experience. But yeah, this is a good card. It's going to see play. It's going to see play in Standard and Wild. Absolutely, because more burn spells the better for that deck. Like if you look at the Wild version of Quest Hunter, they run like cards that might not be super optimal, like a Flare, like a Hunter's Mark, that don't deal damage, and you might want to just run a card that deals damage instead. And this is very well one of them, and it can be flexible. And you've noticed, I said if you played a Naga while holding this, I don't even think that's relevant most of the time. You don't need to be playing a Naga deck to be playing this card. It's 1 mana deal 2, that's fine. I don't know if any of those decks would even bother with a Naga. I think very unlikely they would bother with a Naga. But if you have one, then you get a little bit extra upside. And yeah, overall, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 in Standard and Wild, regardless of if you get the upside on it. Really, it doesn't matter. It's 1 mana deal 2. We all know that's playable. That's good enough. And well, yeah, if you get an upside, if especially I guess if you're running Nagas and Hunter, you'll play it. But I'm just disregarding that. It's just Arcane Shot, which is a good card. So yeah, I don't quite get it. I don't get why make this card, especially when Arcane Shot exists. The card is this something I'm misreading? Is this something I'm misreading that you guys can make sense of in the comments? But I just don't get it, and it feels like why bother with this card? I know it's pretty negative about it, but honestly, it's one of those things I just don't quite get. And lastly, we have this ridiculous Naga legendary Queen Azshara, 5 mana 5/5. And when I first saw this, I'm like, this is like a Highlander card. But no. Battlecry, if you've cast 3 spells while holding this, which is the requirement for a lot of these Nagas, choose an Ancient Relic. Well, what is an Ancient Relic? Well, we've got Ring of Tides, which is a 0 mana spell. Well, not even 0 mana. It's just it's kind of like the old Shifting Scroll will just transform into something. And after you cast a spell, this becomes a copy of it. It costs 1, which is ridiculous. And I guess, yeah, whenever you play a spell, it'll turn into that spell. It'll be 1, no matter what. You have Horn of the Ancient, summon, it's 1 mana, shuffle 5 random spells into your deck, set their cost to 1. It could be anything. It could be a 10 mana spell, you cast it to 1, draw 2 cards. So it's a 1 mana Arcane Intellect, and you might draw some of these spells that could be absolutely broken. So again, ridiculously good card. We have Zalatath. My goodness, English is hard. A 2 mana legendary weapon. After you cast a spell, deal 2 damage to the enemy and lose 1 durability. So it has 5 durability. So this can deal 10 damage after you cast spells. So Questline Hunter? Is that the Naga that Questline Hunter is going to run? Is this another finisher for that? But tons of other decks could run it too. Ridiculous amount of damage. And we also have Tidestone of the Goggledeth. It's so hard. This expansion is really testing my pronunciations. Oh, sorry, wait, hold on. Oh, that was Tides. Okay, Horn of the Ancients. I literally just said that. Oh my goodness, Zeddy, get some sleep. Horn of the Ancients, 3 mana spell you can add to your hand. Add a random colossal minion to your hand. It costs 1. Like, what the? They're all crazy. Like, they've all been crazy. They're all way worth more than 3 mana, and this is a 5/5. So yeah, every option here is nuts. I don't know what else to say. The weapon's crazy if you're going for pure Smark. You get a colossal minion, you get a double down on a spell, you can build your deck around it, and shuffling 5 spells, just get card draw. These are all great. You get to choose whichever one of them. I don't know what else to say. This card is just ridiculous, and any spell-based deck is going to love it, and I feel like this is a 5-star card in Standard and Wild. I feel like there's going to be a Wild deck that can use this. There's going to be a Standard deck that can use it's a neutral minion. It's not that expensive. It has the Naga tribe. Let me know in the comment, how is this not busted? How is this not ridiculous? I don't know. These all seem insane, and you can build around it however you want. And it's mostly just around spells, so you don't have to build around it that much. It's just a ridiculous card that I will be crafting golden and seeing absolutely broken things coming from it, and I'll probably get triggered and yell Blizzard and a bunch of the stuff coming up. But at least it's crazy. It'll give us lots to talk about either in this video or in future ones. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna go pull my hair out and actually try and get some sleep. I actually fell asleep for a little bit and woke up and did this. That's why this is a little bit later, because I passed out, but I woke up, saw this card, like, I gotta talk about it. Anyways, have a great day and stay salty, my friends.